Where are the Saurians?
Ice is our ally against such things. Well done. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
You've been doused in oil! You must stay clear of fire!
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment. More development is needed. Not bad.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
Well said. I will finish this here and now.
Well done, Master!
Battle is best avoided.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
I do not understand. What has befallen our world?
In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of Vermund. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied, and sought ere greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not, yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Why, 'twas all a farce. And I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of the new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen, for your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here, for this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them.
You have my support. Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment.
While you're here, spare a kind word for Ulrika. She's been
Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
So, we meet again.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Any interesting tidings to share?
What business
The so-called Forbidden Magic Research Lab appears to have been constructed rather recently.
Indeed. And the researchers employed there are as tight-lipped as they come.
It's all very secretive. I wonder what the citizenry make of it.
For all our sakes.
Mayhap I really would have been better off a baker.
Places such as this ought to be...
Ah, Arisen. You yet live. I suspected as much, given that your pawn still remains. One might hypothesize that your pawn is sustained by your vital essence. Or perhaps something more. In any case, we ought to apprise one another of the situation. Is there aught you would know? Ah, yes. I trust it has not escaped your notice that the end of days is upon us. After you vanished, together with the Red Dragon, the seas rose to swallow the skies. 'Twas perhaps a month from that evil day when a new calamity befell us. A host of dragons descended from the skies and fell upon the land with fang and claw. Laz the Oracle called upon me ere you arrived. As she tells it, Melve and its environs have already fallen prey to the beasts. 'Tis surely only a matter of time before the rest of the kingdom follows suit. I found the poor creature collapsed by the wayside near Batal. Recognizing your pawn, I decided to take the ailing thing into my custody. I thought it possible that the Arisen's pawn might hold the key to making sense of all this madness. Alas, try what I might, your pawn will not wake. Mayhap you will succeed where I could not. The pawn is, after all, yours to command. Indeed. Then in your absence, I had hoped your pawn might yield me some information. But as you have returned, I would hear the truth from your lips. Tell me, Arisen, what became of you this past month? So, following your plunge into the sea on the dragon's back, some mysterious presence reached out to you. Could that have been the World Forged? Yet why would such a being linger in those fathomless depths? I can only speculate, and speculate I shall. This ought to prove a fruitful avenue of investigation. For that, I thank you. Now, if you can find a way to end this interminable slumber, your pawn is, of course, free to rejoin you.
Oh, Master. How long I've slept? Far too long, it seems.
But worry not. Now that I'm awake, I shall follow wherever you lead.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. The Sphinx's riddles are designed to baffle and confuse. I fear we pawns can be of little aid here, Master.
Very well. I shall return.
So you're here, are you? Now that I think of it, I do seem to recall Lord Phaesus lamenting that he be reduced to aiding you. But it matters not. Both he and I are too rushed off our feet to care for such trivialities. We seek to devise some means of forestalling these dragons' attacks from above, you see. If you've an interest in helping us fight this battle, perhaps you will join us on Volcanic Island. 'Tis all the same, either way. This world needs no Arisen to save it. Such is Lord Phaesus' creed and mine.
We need this experiment to succeed at all costs. Peculiar sensation filled me during my time with Lord Phaesus.
What business?
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an
Many parts of coast are counting the plans to save it. We must find a way to reach it.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Step here, Risen. How might I be of aid?
Principles unproven are as dust on...
Can the matter not wait? An exemplary performance.
Once more!
Seems this is the only way forward. Up we go.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait right there.
Principles unproven as dust on the wind.
That was superb, Arisen.
Why do you falter? Come this way. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us. Naught can be achieved without sacrifice. Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use. Foul powers are twice as terrible in the flesh.
My curative magic, so it can dispose of. Wait right there.
Only truly impartial observers can perceive it.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Measure of haste would not go amiss.
And I think we covered the truth of the dragon. There it is. The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
We all urged the people to flee to the seafloor shrine. The red clouds seem to be less abundant thereabouts.
But will the people do as we suggest? The crux of the problem is how best to convince them.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. So you are returned, Sir Arisen. We are gladdened to find you safe and well in the midst of this calamity. Now, to what do we owe the pleasure of this visit? You would have the people of this nation abandon their homeland to seek sanctuary elsewhere. 'Tis no small thing you ask of us. We will require some time to consider. For now, prithee speak with Sir Manella. You will doubtless find her patrolling the city. Her assistance will be indispensable if we are to undertake the evacuation of Batal and the checkpoint rest town.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
This is no good. Can't let myself get distracted.
Suppose I best earn my keep.
feet always make me clear.
At least here I can let down my hair. I caught again, thanks.
You've pushed your luck too far. I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it.
This might contain useful information.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal.
There's no great shock to me.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
I'll gut you and feed you your entrails.
Mine to solve this.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today. So,
Interested in my wares?
that's it. I've had enough. Oi! I saw it first.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your
You there! You couldn't have put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you Alright, clear off.
You said it's bad to hurt people. You look big and strong.
Come to think of it,
Looking for ores in particular? Thank you for your patronage.
You said it's bad to hurt people. You look big and strong.
Well met. Oh, what? Well met. Do come again.
I do so enjoy stocking up on supplies.
Gold makes the world go round.
You've pushed your luck too far.
You said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Say, Rakim, would you like some? I can't eat all this myself.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If only our fathers could do the same.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them. I thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our children, hey?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to quarrel.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show, we are none of us so different.
mayhap 'twas somewhat overdone, but no matter.
You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone.
Now. If we are to duel, otherwise who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
You can do this. I know you can.
Stay back, lest you get caught in the fray.
I believe in you.
Wish we have a bad you can do.
honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Have you lost your wits? Keep your distance!
Keep back!
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay. 'Twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory. But you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel.
Hoy! Look, no need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim. You've... Naught to lose. Many thanks.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought to be willing to commence the evacuation now.
'Tis easily done.
One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
That Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep...
Not bad, all things considered.
There are more who can yet be saved.
We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
What have we done to earn its ire?
him and Ross.
Lomentari. Lungtena peli telume. Ane martir, tindome ingarina fa... Fionar elwe arfarne nenwen sur orne? Alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur vanelin huror soron. Sorne an fameltol.
No ordinary beast.
Strike it down, no matter the cost.
Treasure these days. It would sadden them to see it defile this region. Whatever 'tis you need, I shall gladly do.
At all times.
We can get close enough. Over the comes to the statue. We might just be able to climb upon it.
Understood.
Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe, at least for the time being.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills. These faces have grown mightily familiar.
As a matter of fact, every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. One party I joined consisted only of ranged specialists.
Now there's a thought.
Do you know anything of this?
Mo alefane elelote an osto silfa malantha alecano mine infer elelote an fear ananduin angudu telpe.
At once, Master.
Mufanenwen alkawa.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Malantha Salma.
Arid Felsur.
Palesmir. Ondo way tere.
Fa alcarwa sil non via palan. Matine firme. Master.
Morin Osto et... Morin Osto et... Javtarma Erom.
Arid Felsur.
Fear alec. Kana el kemen whom.
Arid Felsur.
Morin Osto...
Anan...
Fear alec haliel.
I can proceed no further.
El Dalia Huero.
Valis Heron.
Ilmen Arenfanne.
Ayu, Luntena fir oyu.
Fanamu ne Metani.
Ayolot, Ronde Milita.
Ronde Minita?
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Aye, what?
Living's hard, but dreams are free, I say. Can't say I have any tidings to share.
It is a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to, and while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
'Tis as you say. Ox carts aren't operating anymore, are they? 'Tis perfectly understandable, albeit rather inconvenient.
Will the day ever come when we might employ one again?
No one's coming to assail us. Mayhap we've scared them all off? Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I will protect you.
succumb to frostbite. I cannot halt your prowess.
Come, follow my example.
Not a bad idea.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Red Cloud's advance is halted. This reprieve may be a temporary one, but I am glad for it all the same.
It seems they bear us ill will.
Caution would be wise, but we ought not let it halt us in our course. Foe shall know my pain twofold. Twas most effective.
You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold.
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Wait right there. Oi!
Hold it! I will finish this, here and now. At once, Master.
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous... You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety here, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges. Be mindful. The path has much changed since last week. Resounding success. You are in need of leaders. Allow me. Wait right there.
By your leave, Arisen.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. Adventuring is toilsome as 'tis, and yet you do it with a laden pack. I cannot but admire your strength.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
shall remain by your side.
What a prize. It's a better sacrifice. I'm going to enjoy this.
Be ready. Our foes are armed. I suppose I'll handle this.
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait right there.
You'll not live to regret this!
Chase. What's the hurry?
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Not good will come of this.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. It would be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
I suppose 'tis so.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want something? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course ye'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as ye're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get them to safety.
He seems to have acquiesced. Sir Ernesto will be thrilled to hear it, I'm sure.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
It is no great shock to me.
I shall not fail you. I would gladly be of aid, Arisen.
It is a mechanism for hauling freight. And it looks as if it could bear a significant load.
Shall we hop on? We needn't let our feet do all the work.
It takes a strange ilk to elect to dwell in such hinterlands as these.
It is a lonely place, to be sure.
Very well. I shall return.
Shall I assist? Leave it to me.
Very well, if I must.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter. Good evening, Arisen.
A well-organized pack is my speciality. I'll see to it your burdens are shared between us pawns. It is our first time venturing this way. I wonder how far it goes.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I expect this could be used to transport large-scale weaponry, ballast day and the like.
Gone from bad to worse.